Small changes can lead to great results, but how small is too small to matter? I want to talk about the matter of marginal gains, the small steps towards your goals, because you may be ambitious. You may want to reach your major goals. Okay, whether you're a student who wants great grades, whether you're working a 9 to 5, you want that great promotion, or you have your own business and want to reach some major goal. Maybe that is okay, 10K MRR or some greater KPI, greater goal that you want to achieve. Um, it's great to have major goals and ambitions to aspire towards, but it's also very important to see that it's the small increments are what's are that you do every day are what's getting you closer to those greater goals. The more you do those small steps towards what you want to achieve, that's how you actually get closer to the greater goals. And it's through getting a little bit better every day that you compound that effect. You take that work, you add on to it, find ways slowly but surely that you don't just get perfect immediately. You have to develop with time, constantly trying, experimenting, and you find out what works eventually. And it's that 1% can be in that form that you experiment. You find ways that are better over time, and then eventually, the more you experiment, suddenly you find out that after you've used so much time getting a little bit better, then you see the greater things, the greater opportunities, the greater things that you haven't tried before, or the things that you maybe should try. You think back the things that you have tried, and that okay, this worked real well, and this didn't work so well, and this is what I have to work more on. You see more how to pivot, readjust based on that, and that's what elevates you, pushes you forward to actually make the great achievements, the great progress that you're looking for. That may eventually lead to to reaching your ultimate goals and ambitions. So yeah, as the call to action here, I want you all to start the 1% challenge today. If you don't already have this kind of continual mindset from before, be sure to start the 1% challenge. Document your progress either with your own videos or share your journey in the comments below. I really recommend sharing your progress and building in public, as I've been doing for the last half a year or so, and it's absolutely incredible how much you can grow based on this mentality that you're always growing, you're always learning, and you're always developing, even though it's just 1% a little bit better. That is not just every day we have these major steps, this major major changes, major progress. There are some days like that for sure, but in my experience, those have been mainly because of consistently doing this 1% better every day, and eventually that accumulates into the greater opportunities that on some days or some weeks where those types of initiatives are possible. So, but I want to transition from this over to the issue of feedback concerning this the development concerning the 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 connection between continual development and feedback, because feedback plays an essential role here. But do you ever feel defensive about feedback? But what if I told you it's a weapon, secretly a weapon of personal growth? So I want to present this a different framework of feedback, because if you have a mindset of being defensive towards feedback, it will make it a lot more difficult for you to grow. It will make it a lot more difficult for you to actually do take advantage of that 1% better, because okay, in order to get better, in order to make that progress, okay, 1% better all the time, it's essential that you see, okay, how do you see the things you have to do better, and sometimes you can make your own observations for what you have to improve, what you have to develop. And often those observations are based on other people's reactions or comments to you, or usually that may not be in verbal feedback. Often that is in uh, body language, which is much more difficult to analyze. But uh, even if they do communicate it verbally at those rare times, how do you address that feedback? If you are the type of person who are scared and defend defending defending yourself against that, and see negatively that type of uh, communication, then it makes it very difficult for you to grow, because that is essential feedback for you to address. It may You may not like depending on the actual feedback, it may be more or less useful, but it's still worthwhile to address. Okay, why did this they say that? Okay, should is there something I can do better here? Is there something I can actually develop myself on? That's more focus on not just not focusing on feeling bad for what you did, but actually addressing, okay, what opportunities are there for growth here, and looking more about the opportunities and the potential for development, and appreciating that feedback as valuable input to how you can get 1% better today, and developing based on that. So and yeah, because when you have this attitude of more taking a more positive attitude to feedback, naturally you will get more of it, and then that becomes feedback, and that becomes data that you can address for getting better. You constantly make more observation, because people, it's more accessible to you to make those observations when people tell you, when you have that type of network around you to actually give you feedback. So you should look towards look for feedback from those you interact with, both whether that be on a personal or business level. Of course, you have to in order to deal with people or things in an ideal way, you have to see, okay, how can you do that in the best way possible, and that requires managing expectations, actually talking to people, and seeing how you can adjust to better yeah to better address the situation, so to speak. So yeah, that's what I think about feedback in this situation. So that is why I think feedback is essential for continual improvement. So how has feedback impacted your improvement? Tell us in the comments below a time that feedback helped you improve, or your experiences with feedback and addressing feedback for continual improvement. And so join the discussion below for that. And yeah, so I want to move on to the issue of plateaus. So okay, we've discussed the issue of continual improvement, 1%, developing 1% every day, and the role that feedback plays in that. But sometimes, some days, some weeks, or maybe even months, we may feel like we've hit a plateau. Okay, we've gone through all, we've gone through an especially mighty period of growth, for instance, and but now we've hit a situation where we don't really see much growth. Okay, how can we actually deal with that? So, okay, if I just have to tell you, if you've hit a plateau, you're not alone. So let's talk about how to break through to your next level of personal growth. So I think what is really important when you hit a plateau is to consider, okay, and reconsider what are your goals. Goals actually. What is it the ideal situation that you're actually looking to achieve, and taking into account, okay, what have we actually done so far recently to work towards that goal. And if you have this sense of, okay, you hit a plateau, okay, why is this, especially if you've still continued working hard, okay, if you have this goal, why is it that you feel like you're not making real progress? And uh, and that may make it necessary to do some adjustments in your strategy and the way that you actually work. So it may be important in those situations to take a step back and reconsider, re-strategize. Maybe, okay, uh, first of all, do you still have the same goals and the direction that you used to, or are there changes in your goals, your priorities, and so on? And how much have you have you continued working, and do you still prioritize the right thing compared to where you want to go? And I think that in order to find where you want to go, you have to continue learning as well. I I've seen a lot in my experience when I review the my development over the last month, especially. Okay, sometimes there are periods where I know exactly how I have to work. Okay, I have this work to do. I have this work to do. Okay, I'm doing all of this work right now. Focus on this work. And but when I when I complete those steps, it's like, okay, uh, okay, what do I do now to reach the next step? And I think what is really essential in those cases is that you focus on learning, you focus on finding finding people or content, educational materials that matches your situation for the goals you want to achieve. Okay, how can I leverage use this opportunity to leverage my skills to improve my awareness of the things that I could be doing, that I could uh, do better in my business or in my situation to actually get better at reaching the goals that I actually want. So having that parallel between, okay, working hard, the hustle, right, and the actual learning and developing and doing smarter work, and not just working hard. And it's through that learning, finding books, finding other educational materials that are relevant for your situation, that makes it easier for you to find that, uh, find what to prioritize in that situation, so that you can adjust, you can pivot your focus to your direction to the actual goals that you want to achieve. You can fix your priorities to the action items that really matter for your business or your situation, and you can work a lot smarter for for achieving your goals. So uh, yeah, that's my advice for overcoming plateaus. So yeah, so be sure to subscribe for more strategies for on continuous improvement, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out. And yeah, so that's how you deal with plateaus. And I want to take move on from the issue of plateau to habit stacking. So how okay, so after mastering the challenge of plateaus, let's look at habit stacking. So this technique to ensure that every day we're building a better version of yourself. So yeah, building new habits is hard, right? So what if there was a simple strategy this easier. So, so I want to illustrate the issue of habit stacking by taking an example from my own my own life and my own situation. And this may not be what other people refer to as habit stacking, but maybe a term or maybe a way to describe it that will fit it better for my situation is that you are adding habits onto your lifestyle in a sense that it's not just that you're trying to get new habits that you follow, but you integrate those habits as part of the lifestyle that you're living as a holistic lifestyle. That each of these good habits together form the lifestyle that or get you closer to the lifestyle that you aspire towards. So, for instance, for me, it's very interesting as well because for me, it's been, for instance, that okay, I start a business because okay, I want to achieve these great goals, financial independence, and all these other goals and aspirations, and then in order to reach these goals, okay, I work hard. I use time to work. I use time to study. I have to be disciplined, and okay, I have to read more. I have to allocate time of my spare time to read, to work on these things. Okay, I have to develop more discipline for these things. Okay, and with the stress that comes with running a business, okay, you have to go to the gym and work out and exercise more to better deal with that stress, and that makes you better able to actually address that stress. It makes you stronger mentally, and that when you get stronger mentally by by going to the gym, getting in better shape, you and a better and stronger mentality. That makes it easier for you to develop your business further. It makes it easier for you to draw insights from your reading. Be more disciplined. Again, stay have a good diet and getting good shape, which then again fuels back to the business and continual development, and that again creates positive momentum for you to want to do more, and it gives you the energy and excitement to wanting to add more stuff and see, okay, how can I do other things better and improve more and more. So I think that kind of focus on habits as something that you want to integrate to your lifestyle, to think holistically about what lifestyle is that you actually want to achieve, and then seeing, okay, how can these habits or routines or uh, goals, how can they be integrated into the lifestyle that you're actually looking for, and that can give you some perspective of, okay, how do these things fit together to match, and how does that work for you in a sense, because what often happens is that you try to integrate a habit that in a way that doesn't really work with your lifestyle right now. That okay, it may be that you 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 for instance you try to implement a diet and a strict diet and an intense exercise plan completely in the beginning, but before you have developed a lot of other things concerning your lifestyle, so that this these goals become too intense and too insane for you to implement right away into your lifestyle, and that makes it the the fact that it's so high above your current threshold, that makes it much easier for you to want to quit in that situation. Okay, you have a lot more to work on in order to actually integrate that into your lifestyle right now. And this is where we get back to the 1% principle, focusing not just on reaching the perfect ideal state immediately, but seeing, okay, how can we add these and stack these small habits first to getting 1% better every day to approach and to get further towards that uh, those goals that we're looking for. And that's what this principle of lifestyle habit stacking is about, that you implement habits that makes it easier and natural for you, in a sense that makes it part of your lifestyle to grow continual like this, and that allows you to constantly improve and get better all the time. And with that, you you always improve, you always get better. And when you do this enough times, you eventually find that the you're already living the life that you want, and getting closer and closer to where you want to go. So yeah, let me know in the comments what new habits will you like to start. Share your ideas in the comments below and discuss how to apply stacking to make it stick. So that's all for me for today, guys. It's me, Stefan Clemning from the Hypomanic Entrepreneur. Let me know in the comments what you all think about this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Be sure to share it if you know of anyone who could benefit from these insights. And I will see you all later. Peace.